18 fences to be jumped. It's run on the Malmay course, this one. Number 1 is Play School, ridden by Paul Nicholls. 2, Summons, Richard Rowe. 4, Diviner, Guy Landor. 5, Master Bob, Steve Smith-Eccles. 7, Raise an Argument, Graham Bradley. 8, Against the Grain, Richard Dunwoody. 9, Bajan Sunshine, Peter Scudamore. 10, Bird of Spirit, Sam Morshead. 11, Dixton House, Tom Morgan. 13, King's College Boy, Graham McCourt. 16, Star of Screen, Dermot Brown. 18, Torymore Green, written by George Murner. And 19, What's What, Brian Story.
Play School, the likely favourite for this Whitbread Best Mile steeplechase. He won at Cheltenham earlier in the year. He was just beaten by Kildemo in the Sun Alliance chase, but he looks a potential Gold Cup horse. Graham Bradley has just brought Kildemo into the lead from Play School. They finished first and second at an earlier meeting at Cheltenham, with Kildemo again coming out the better, and he has to be hard-ridden to go away from Play School. But nonetheless, Play School's put up a tremendous performance, and I can see these two horses really making the grade, bridging the gap from novice chasing to top-class chasing. Let's have a look at the betting.
Play School 4-1. Diviner, Master Bob and Summons 5-1. Against the Grain 7-1. King's College Boy 8-1. Star of Screen 10-1. And it's 12-1 bar 7.
Play School in the courted colours with the white face. He had a fairly hard race at Cheltenham, but he still looks well. That was just over 2 weeks ago. The meeting comes a little bit close, but as we've already seen today, by no means impossible for a Cheltenham runner to win who had a hard race. Wayward Lad certainly had a hard race at Cheltenham, but he came and won today and really enjoyed himself. Play School is following Bird of Spirit out. That's Against the Grain in the courted colours, ridden by Richard Dunwoody, followed by Master Bob in the blinkers, then King's College Boy in the striped colours. Down by the start already is Diviner, a front runner who soon set up a long lead when winning over 3 miles at Sandown in early February, and then later in the month again over 3 miles, but at Kempton he was a very lucky winner because he was being led by a long way at the last fence when the leader turned over and presented him with the race. Guy Landor has the mount on Diviner, and I'm sure we'll see Diviner up with the leaders for a long way, if not at the finish. Master Bob just going through the picture, followed by King's College Boy. Master Bob and Steve Smith-Eccles, trained by Nicky Henderson. Nicky's had a winner with Mandavi, but not ridden by Steve. Master Bob has won twice this season. He won easily at Cheltenham, but he only just scraped home at Newbury. Master Bob, the last of the 3 at this stage as they go to the final fence. Simon Sherwood has the mount over on the inside, and on the near side Battle King looks as if he could just win it here, but Master Bob rallies under strong pressure from Simon Sherwood, and after that race, possibly as a result of that race, Master Bob's connections felt that he perhaps wasn't doing all he could at the finish, and the blinkers have been fitted today. And let's have another look at the betting.
And Play School still on 4-1. Summons is 11-2. Master Bob is the third favourite, 6-1. And the favourite has just gone 7-2. Play School 7-2. Diviner 7-1. Against the Grain, 9 to 1. King's College Boy, 12. So is Star of Screen and Raise an Argument. On 16 to 1, Bajan Sunshine, 33 to 1 bar.
Number 2 is Summons. Trying a longer trip here. He's won 5 times, all over 2.5, 2 to 2.5, 2 miles 5, those sort of trips. No reason why he shouldn't stay the extra distance, particularly on this fairly easy track. He's won over tougher courses than this, for example Chepstow, which takes much more getting, and over 2.5. And his stable is in great form. Josh Gifford and Richard Rowe, they've done particularly well with their novice chasers lately. Lucky Rascal came good at last to beat Cabby's Clown at Sandown earlier in the week, and Foil Fisherman was most impressive when winning at Lingfield. This could be another winner for them. Summons, who looks to have Play School to beat here. But in the same colours, Simon Legree ran the race of his life against Wayward Lad earlier in the afternoon. Perhaps Summons will put up another good performance in those colours here. Number 13 is King's College Boy, trained by Monica Dickinson, ridden by Graham McCourt. Successful with Wayward Lad, of course, earlier this afternoon. King's College Boy, I'm afraid, is not in the Wayward Lad class as a jumper yet. He won at Worcester last time by 3/4 of a length from Border Lad. I wasn't there, but I'm reliably informed that his jumping left quite a lot to be desired, and the last fence was omitted, and consequently there was a very long run in, allowing King's College Boy to gain the upper hand, whereas if they'd had to jump that last fence, the result could well have gone the other way. On the other hand, he won very easily at Kelso previously. Number 9 is Bajan Sunshine, wearing blinkers, as he has done so often before. Bajan Sunshine, top class over hurdles. Doesn't really look as if he's quite as happy running over fences, but I think he'll be much better as the ground dries out. He was withdrawn from a race he looked like winning easily at Fontfall recently, because there was a lot of rain on the morning and afternoon of the race. Second to Tarconi at Sandown last time out after looking all over a winner. 100 to 30 favourite Play School, 11 to 2 bar. Here's Peter.
Racing towards the first of the 18 fences after a flag start there, and over on the far side Play School in the centre Bajan Sunshine with Against the Grain. What's What, the grey. Bajan Sunshine landed in the lead there from What's What and Against the Grain and Play School on the far side. Then comes Diviner, behind Diviner Master Bob, who's on the far side. And then Bird of Spirit. Bajan Sunshine landed in the lead, and there you probably saw What's What collide with Diviner. Didn't do either of them any harm. Racing down now towards the water. Bajan Sunshine from Diviner going a close second, and then Against the Grain and What's What and Play School and Torrymore Green and Bird of Spirit. Then comes Master Bob and Dixton House and Summons on the inside and Star of Screen, and behind them Raise an Argument, and last is King's College Boy, and Diviner making it now. Swings a little wide on that turn, but goes on ahead of Bajan Sunshine in second, and third Against the Grain. Play School and Torrymore Green come next ahead of Bird of Spirit, with What's What next, and then Master Bob and Summons and Dixton House and King's College Boy and Raise an Argument, and now final is Star of Screen. As they race to the next, Diviner from Bajan Sunshine in second, and third is Against the Grain. 4, 5 and 6 are Raise an Argument and Torrymore Green and Play School on the inner, and Bird of Spirit next, and Master Bob and What's What and Summons. Then Dixton House and Star of Screen, and finally King's College Boy. Diviner making it as they race to the next. From Raise an Argument with on the inside Bajan Sunshine, Against the Grain next, and then Play School and Bird of Spirit. And now racing to a ditch with Diviner from Raise an Argument and Bajan Sunshine and Play School on the inner. And then Against the Grain and Torrymore Green and Bird of Spirit and Master Bob, and then What's What and Dixton House and Summits and King's College Boy and Star of Screen the back marker, and Diviner the leader by about 6 lengths now. From Raise an Argument, a gap then to Bajan Sunshine, then Torrymore Green, and Up with him is Against the Grain. Running down to the next, another plain one, Diviner. From Bajan Sunshine, Against the Grain, and Raise an Argument, and this is a ditch. Be the final ditch on the next circuit. Diviner. From Raise an Argument and Bajan Sunshine and Tory More Green and Against the Grain and Bird of Spirit and Play School. Then Dixton House and Summons and What's What and King's College Boy. Getting a reminder there, Star of Screen is the back marker. This will be the second last next time. Diviner lands in the lead. From Raise an Argument and then Bajan Sunshine and Against the Grain and Bird of Spirit and Play School and Dixton House. Diviner lands in the lead. From Raise an Argument, Bajan Sunshine, Bird of Spirit and Play School and Against the Grain and Dixton House, and behind them Master Bob, and then Tory More Green and Summons and What's What, Star of Screen, and finally King's College Boy. Over the water, Diviner. Bird of Spirit jumps up well in second on the inside. Bajan Sunshine and Raise an Argument next. Play School going well on the inner, followed by Mr. Bob, who got just checked a little bit there. Dixton House on the outside of Against the Grain. Summons still well in contention as they race over to the far side. Diviner from Bajan Sunshine, Raise an Argument and Bird of Spirit. Play School on the inside, still going very strongly. Against the Grain towards his outer. Then comes Dixton House and Summons. Then Master Bob and Tory More Green, a little gap then to the grey What's What. Bajan Sunshine moves up on the inside now and looks as though he's going to jump this one in the lead from Bird of Spirit. Bajan Sunshine lands in the lead from Raise an Argument. Bird of Spirit a follow there. Bird of Spirit is gone. He's continuing riderless. His rider is up on his feet all right, and it's Bajan Sunshine from Raise an Argument, and then Dixton House on the outside, Against the Grain on the inner, Play School, Summons on the outside as they come to the next. Raise an Argument, Dixton House and Bajan Sunshine, these three just ahead of Against the Grain, Summons, Play School on the inside. Tried to go up on the inside of Bajan Sunshine then, but failed to do so over a ditch here. And there, follow there, Mr. Bob. Master Bob has gone at that one and brought down Diviner. And Master Bob and Diviner out of it, and now Raise an Argument is going on ahead of Dixton House, then Against the Grain, then Bajan Sunshine, Play School going well still just in behind him, and then comes Summons as they race down towards the fourth from home now. And it's Raise an Argument on the inside, Dixton House, Against the Grain, Bajan Sunshine, Play School with his white face still going well on the inside. Raise an Argument and Dixton House land together though from Against the Grain, Play School under pressure now. Bajan Sunshine trying to get back into the picture, coming to the final ditch now. Dixton House has just taken it up. Dixton House lands in the lead from Raise an Argument. Play School still improving on the far rail under pressure. Against the Grain coming there on the stand side. This is the second last fence now in the Whitbread Best Mile Novices, and it's Dixton House who lands in the lead from Against the Grain in second. Then comes Bajan Sunshine and Play School on the far side. Dixton House with the advantage though by a couple of lengths from Against the Grain at the final fence. Dixton House going to land in the lead, does so, but makes a hash of it. Against the Grain makes ground on the inside. Is Dixton House from Against the Grain racing into the closing stages. Against the Grain has come to take it up now from Dixton House, fighting it out together, these two, with Against the Grain getting the upper hand as they race to the line. It's Against the Grain from Dixton House. Against the Grain is going to visit to the line. Against the Grain is the winner for Dixton House in second. Play School is third, and Raise an Argument 4. 5 is Bajan Sunshine. Then What's What and King's College Boy, and Star of Screen and Summons. And the result of the Whitbread Best Mile Novices Chase is first, number 8, Against the Grain, owned by Mr. J.F. Maul, trained by David Nicholson and ridden by Richard Dunwoody. Is second, number 11, Dixton House, owned by Mr. Peter Hill, trained by John Edwards and ridden by Tom Morgan. And third, number 1, Play School, owned by Mr. E.W. Cottle, trained by David Barons and written by Paul Nichols. Fourth was number 7, Raise an Argument. This is the winner. Against the Grain. First success of the meeting for Richard Dunwoody, the pilot of West Tip, and his 60th success of the season. Number 37 for his governor, David Nicholson. And Against the Grain, the youngest horse in this Whitbread Best Mile Novices Chase. The 8-to-1 winner of the Whitbread Best Mile Novices Chase.
Well, a nasty fall there for Steve Smith-Eccles on Master Bob, and he brought down Diviner, the mount of Guy Landor, and of course both of those jockeys involved in the Grand National. Steve Smith-Eccles is on Classified, and Guy Landor riding Lanorai, so we await news of those two. A great triumph there for Richard Dunwoody, last year's national winning jockey. The full starting price is here. The winner, number 8, Against the Grain, 8 to 1. Second, number 11, Dixon.